Welcome to another Bforartists 3 official release version 3.6.1. With this release, we have a lot coming in from Blender 4.0.0 in development and Blender 3.6.1. We also have love to the Asset Browser, Text Editor, the Sculpt Brush Panels add-on, Grease Pencil, Smooth Stroke user experience, the Object Context menu, the Annotation Discoverability and Usability, NLA Usability, and the Renaming Usability throughout the entire interface, with much more also adapted from Blender. With all that said, I also want to say thank you to all the artists for their inspiring work done with Bforartists, and also the development done with the developers who have volunteered their time and have also worked very hard to keep this alive and up and running. And remember, you can always download this and try this out for free whenever you'd like from bforartist.de. We have added a new toggle instances in the header to avoid linking and appending issues with collections. Previously, when you linked in a collection into a scene, you had no way of knowing if you were linking it into scene as a scene collection or linking it into the scene as an instance. Now, you can predictably link it in as an instance when you need it. The text editor has a new search and replace pop-up when you press Shift right mouse button. We plan to add this also into the GUI so that you can call this floating panel whenever you need it and to make it discoverable. Concerning the Sculpt Brush Panels add-on, we have also updated the icons of the Sculpt brushes. We've also split the brushes into categories and tabs, which means you can now use different types of panels for different groups of brushes. And we've also added and updated the Blender new expand operators for face sets. Bear in mind that the Sculpt Brush Panels add-on is still under development, so these tabs and panels may be subject to change. The Grease Pencil also had a bit of love when it comes to smooth strokes. Previously in Blender, the minimum smooth stroke trigger is 10 pixels. We have decreased that to 1 pixel. The Object Context menu also got some love. We have made it consistent to have the local view toggles so that it does not replace the Move to Collection, and we added Move to Collection back into the header for discoverability. The NLA usability was also improved when it comes to tweaking animation clips. Not only from previous builds are we able to create new animation clips with the combine layers activated per default, which allows animation layers, but now using the tweak button in the header, we can now isolate predictably and edit each clip in any way. And also the default method of editing an action clip is by editing the full stack. Thank you, Blender. And this allows us to edit the animation layer by evaluating the animation stack in its entirety. This also has helped us improve the ability of changing the names of these operators so that it is understandable what each one does, and we made it consistent with the header menus, and the context menu. Another usability improvement that we added is that now that you can rename folders and files and collections respectively by pressing F2. We have also improved the usability of the annotation drawing, which means when you press D and drag, you will draw an annotation, and when you click on D or press and release quickly, D will switch you to the default tweak tool. We have also exposed the annotation operators to the header for discoverability. For updates from Blender that have been updated to the Bforartist user interface paradigm, we have a new brush menu in the Sculpt editor, Sculpt mode. In the text editor, we have better tooltips for the zoom in and out, and we also organize that into a logical place. We also have the ability to open externally. UV packing is also much faster and much better, and the last operator has been organized in the Bforartist standard. We also have a new operator to invert pins on selection. Cycles Lightgroups have been added, and we made these panels discoverable by moving them up and out of the shader subpanel into their own light group panel. New geometry nodes have been added, the Add Corners of Edge node, the new Simulation Area node, and the Repeat zone. For texture paint, we can now select loops from the select menu. In the Compositor, we also have a new Kawahara filter. And if you really want to get some speed from the new Compositor, the real-time Compositor code currently works with new preview nodes in the top right in the overlays, meaning you get much faster Compositor if you turn on the experimental features. In the Fcurve editor, the menus have been reorganized, and we also have some new smoothing operators to help get you better animation F-curves. Concerning simulation nodes in geometry, we can also now cache and bake your geometry nodes. Cycles is much faster. There's better hardware compatibility with cycles concerning HIP and One API. There's a new parent space transform. NLA strips can now be dragged through each other, and head and tail drawing of bone relationships is a thing. USD also got hair curve support, which is very important for production pipelines. And now you can clear multiple selected assets inside of the asset browser. You can also copy and paste images into the image editor. And there are new text selection operators on the text object. And also drag and drop has been improved. Thank you, Blender. I hope you enjoy this latest release of Bforartists 3.61. If you'd like to share your art, show us how you use the software, join our Discord and the link in the description below. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's involved in the project and to all the artists who have shared their love with the software. Download this for free and enjoy this today.